Hello everybody, welcome back to the Crowdsourced challenge. You might notice there's significantly less in the wheel than there was yesterday. That's because I'd not noticed that the wheel was keeping stuff in that should have been deleted, so I apologise for that. We do have the wheel ready. I'm just going to save that as a new wheel, but hopefully it refreshes correctly. And you guys suggest rules, I put them into a big list that goes into this wheel, and one gets randomly selected every time. Leave suggestions in the comments below for any new rules that might cause me pain. Let's see what new hell awaits me today. Oh. I'm not allowed to super speed around anymore. Now this is something that's going to be more this is a rule that's going to be more kind of important for videos than for streams, because in streams sometimes I'll want to show something off that's at the other side of the map, and I will super speed over. But getting between equipment, I will walk at only 1 time speed. Because sometimes I gotta make exceptions to suit the streams, so that's gonna be one of the rules that I have to have stream exceptions for. But I'll catch you guys in game. Luckily, the new rule doesn't affect today's video, because the plan for today, and you can see the wonders of this roller, the plan for today is to at least start rolling the grass fields. They do need rolling quite badly. And we've only got the 2, 6 and 7. No, 7 and 8. Or 5, whatever number it is. We did in the stream yesterday, all of the silage has been done. It's all clamped up, all being fermented right now. So the last bit of work on the farm that needs to be done this year, we also mowed up the verges there, and it looks really nice. And also, Dara's been very kind after some light threats, and bought a trophy hopper for the municipal council, which, to avoid him trying to steal it, I'm keeping at the yard. So we got a profile hopper for the municipal council work and the random other little jobs that we get. I'm gonna use the profile hopper to mow the shop fronts just because it looks nicer, just for presentability for them. It's a bit faster for me. It's a bit wider than the Husqvarna. The Husqvarna I'm going to keep for the animals though. As silly as it is, it works well. And the lawnmower that I had in the last video is gone, so that is kind of all of the housekeeping work done. New things for today though is that it is late autumn, which means winter is coming, and Game of Thrones fans are terrified. No, winter is coming. It means we're basically going to stop all yard work, and the forecast for winter, last time I checked, was rain. Just rain. Let's see what it is now. A true Irish winter. Literally just rain. Yes, what's the weather forecast for the winter, the upcoming winter? Rain. No other weather, no cold. Oh yeah, cold, but rain. No sunshine, no, just rain. Just constant rain. The upside of that being, if I want to be very cheeky and cheap, I can leave my tractors out and they'll be fully washed by the springtime, which is actually quite a temptation. One thing I am going to need to be aware of is how... Oh, I'm going to need to maintain my tractor soon. This Fiat has 7 days until it needs maintenance, or 20 more work hours, which I'm probably not going to get in 7 days. But I am going to have to be aware of maintenance. I'm probably going to do all of that during the winter, including the combine, just bring that over to the workshop, get that all maintained up, and lose all of the money ever. Obviously the Ford and the Fiat and the John Deere, I'll be using basically the 3 of them. Probably just the John Deere. I'll be using that for crop sales. We are going to sell all the crops we harvested during the late summer period, during the winter. And the deer and the Fiat, I have decided, will be the animal, will be the two tractors in charge of all the animal work. So the deer's going to do anything that requires a loader. Anything that requires a trailer will be done by the Fiat. So the Ford is going to kind of be just forgotten about for a few in-game days. Of course, with it being winter, the animals are going to take more food, they're going to need more water. It's going to be kind of a lot of animal care, interspersed with probably a bit of forestry work. I'm going to hope that I can afford a wood chipper from the crop income. And the plan is to just make buttloads of wood chips. There are a few trees around that need to be cut down. They're going rotten, and if I chip them up, then the sawmill will take them and make them into some nice MDF planks. Or plywood. I really don't know what they do. They'll do something with them. Maybe just burn them for fuel or something. I really don't know. But they do something with them. They pay good money. I'm not gonna complain. It's free money, yo. Of course, if I can't afford to buy a wood chipper, then, as I've already discovered, the price of renting one is really offset by 1 or 2 loads of wood chips. So, the option would be there to lease the wood chipper for a while and deal with things that way and get even more free money, because we wouldn't be having to cover the cost of the wood chipper. We'd just be having to cover the cost of leasing the wood chipper for a few days, if even a few days. But yeah, wintertime is going to be interesting. It's looking now like there won't be any snow, and that I won't have any snow issues to deal with, which is good in a way, but it always kind of sucks to not have snow in the winter, doesn't it? Especially when it's kind of a fallow time, and most of the work I'd be doing would be around the yard. It's a bit of a shame. You know, these fields, I'm rolling them now just to get them ready for springtime. It doesn't matter too much how they are come spring. I'll probably roll them again in the spring, just to make sure everything's good, but just to make I'm really just making sure that when the spring does come, that these fields are in a good situation, that, you know, they're gonna probably let a lot of the rain run off, which is a good thing on a hill like this. I don't want the rain saturating the ground and causing potential landslides or slips or mudslides. You know, I'm being responsible for once. But no rain, no snow in the winter even. It's a bit of a shame. I wanted to get some snow machinery. Obviously, I haven't got it yet. So, in that sense, it's probably a good thing that there's no snow coming, because I won't have to deal with snow at all if there is no snow. Springtime, though, is going to be a different matter. I want it to be dry so that I can get the field work done. You know, the first job is going to have to be ploughing and getting the oilseed radish ploughed in and cut up, and I can't really do that if it's raining, because then I'd just be ripping the ground to shreds and making a mess out of it. So it's looking like the first day of spring is going to be just a complete and utter washout. The Thursday. So, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do then. I'm hoping there's some dry time there, that I can at least get the plow into the fields. Or at least into one field. Like, if I can get field 17 plowed, that'll be fantastic. That'll be great. If it's forecast to be wet for all springtime, well, I'm gonna have to get into the fields and plow no matter what happens. So I want to get all the plowing done in the early spring period, so I don't really have an option there. As we get into the winter, we'll kind of find out what the forecast is like and how it's going to look. But right now the plan is day one of spring, day one of early spring is a washout. If the second day is also a washout, we're going to have to get into the field and plow either way and just hope that we don't cause too much damage. If day 2 is fine, then I might rent a second plow and get 2 fields done at once. Do one manually, get a hard worker onto the second and do it like that, because I do need all of them done. Great demand for sugar beet, which we won't have. That's another thing we need to worry about. Come springtime and the next year in seasons is sugar beets, because I never did grow them for the pigs. We'll need to get potentially another field, because the plan is that I want to grow my own pig food, which is going to require sugar beets. And the problem with that is, and it also will require corn, so I'll need, you know, it'll be out of the same seeders, so that's fine, but I'll need a corn header for the combine as well. And the problem with that is really that I just about have enough fields to do it all. Like, I've got field 3 up there, that can be canola or barley. I've got field 1, that can be also canola or barley. I've got field 38, which can probably be corn or canola or barley. You know, they can all go into those 3 fields. And field 17 is basically going to have to be sugar beets, just because it's the smallest, and sugar beets, the yield is insane, so I don't want to have too many of them. So that field is kind of pre-allotted just for the fact that it's the smallest field I own, and I think the smallest field on the map. It's the only field that I would do root crops in. Kind of the secondary issue would be getting root crop machinery. That's something I haven't really thought through yet. But the good news is we do have all the hay in, we do have all the straw in, we do have actually the second clamp. We've got 200,000 litres of silage there, so we should be able to see everything through the winter now, especially with the amount of hay we have and the amount of silage we have. That should be good. We might run low on straw maybe coming up towards harvest, and if we do, that's going to be a big problem because we'll have less straw next year. And of course we'll be getting more animals on Friday, and I'm probably going to get pigs. This round we got 2 pigs during one of the streams, or no, it was during one of the videos even. And I want to get more pigs, so I'll probably get 4 pigs during the next round of animal buying. Because they're just free manure and slurry once you buy them. And they are they're actually the most likely animal to produce a lot of, like, bred animals. Animals that have been born and bred on the farm and can be sold off. So that's working rules together nicely, I think. Big issue really moving forwards is going to be money on this map. I need to get the crops sold off, I need to figure out what it is we're going to do, and I need to figure out what it is where it is I want to go with this. Because I'd like to get more fields. If I can get field 15, that'll be awesome. I don't know how much field 15 costs, but I'm going to look into that very soon. The fact that we've got the Profi Hopper is great. We can actually use that to create buffer silage. Using, obviously, the grass from the municipal council work, as well as the random other stuff that we do. We're not getting paid for any of it, by the way. The benefits are all just people are happy. But that's kind of the plan there, is we're going to do a lot of... We're going to use all that for silage. We're going to collect it up in the deer. And with it being a profi hopper, it can actually hold a lot more and can go a lot faster. I say a lot faster. It can go faster than the Husqvarna and can hold more and can cut more at once. So it's all around better for the jobs that I'll have it on. Because I can do the, we'll say, shop verges and then just immediately go down to the roundabout, get that sorted, and have all 3 jobs done at once. Instead of trying to gap them out a bit and hoping for the best, I can just get them all done in one go, bring down the brow and then actually get some material into it. We might do a bit of roadside mowing with the pro propper as well around the farm, and I am in talks with the sawmill as well to do a bit of mowing for them, and all of that is just basically free silage, or if we needed, free grass for the cows or the sheep. But the primary plan for that is just to turn it into silage. The old biogas plant we've been given access to. It's down at the docks. The dock workers said that if I decide I want to use it, they'll keep an eye on everything for me, and make sure nothing goes missing. The dock security have agreed to that as well. So if I need to make a buffer of silage down there, I can, and it'll be about as safe as it can be, I guess. Being, you know, a dockyard, it's going to be a bit salty, potentially, but it'll be safe. And really, we're just kind of hoping, I'm hoping that it'll all come together and we'll get lots of money. One of the plans that I do have is getting the old biogas plant running again, but the problem with that is we're going to need silage to run it, so I'm not entirely sure how to figure that one out. We'll probably end up buying an excess of meadows and probably getting a silage operation going. You know, there are more meadows than I need available right now, and just around the yards, so I could get a buffer going at the biogas plant for when I get the money together, but it's a long way off, so there's no real point in getting started on that right now. And yeah, just right now it's continue working and hope that it'll all pay off in the end. Whether or not it will is kind of gonna be a potluck. I don't know if it will. It really depends on what the crop prices are like. It's looking good though. Crop prices, I've been having a look, and if I go into this here, crop prices look like they're going to top out around day 3 and 4, day 3 of winter, except for some reason sunflowers, which are best in springtime. But we've only got wheat, barley and canola. They're all the same day. That's going to top out. So that's kind of a good indicator of we're going to be okay. But the real question... Well, we're going to make money. The real question, though, is... I guess, will we make enough money to get another field? Because, best case scenario, we get another field going. Because that'll allow us... That'll allow for a field that is dedicated to just a cash crop like canola. Or a field that is dedicated to just a cash crop like wheat or barley or something like that. It'll allow a bit more freedom in which crop goes in which field. Now the problem there is I won't know that until the winter's over. Or until kind of the middle of winter, until we got all the crops sold off. So I can't really make any solid plans. and that's kind of annoying to me because I like having at least a rough idea of what's going to happen and when. That, by the way, is this field done. It's all rolled up, ready to sit through the winter. So we'll just toddle our way up and out, and over into field 5, where we can get rolling. We won't get it all done today, but we'll get at least a headland done on it. Let's just keep the sheep out of that field. We want that to be good for the springtime. One more headache that I've just realised I'm going to have is actually the sheep. Because during the winter, there's obviously not going to be any grass for them to eat. Because that's the way seasons works. And it means they're going to actually be taking away from my hay stocks as well. So, you know, in 24 hours in-game time, which is significantly less in real time, probably tomorrow during the stream, or today during the stream, will be in winter. I'll have to start giving the sheep hay, and that's why I built up a hay buffer. That's why I've got as much hay as I do. It's just so the sheep have some sort of buffer as well, and so I've got a buffer that'll hopefully deal with the cows and the sheep. Now, if I wanted to cut down the amount of food I want to give them, I think total mixed rations might work. I might have a word with Bus Aaron, or find out what bus company does actually serve that stop. Does it say? Traveline. Served by the... Not entirely sure why this bus stop's covered by the Gloucestershire Council, but it is. That raises more questions than it's answered. Seeing as the Gloucestershire County Council's in a different country entirely. That's just something I'll have to deal with, I guess. I really should say this area actually made sense. It's not even the not only is it not the county council that's in charge of Shamrock Valley, which for some reason has handed off all control to Dara, who, by the way, I'm intentionally not spelling his name anywhere because I find it so funny that everybody misspells it. You know, they've handed off control of the area to Dara for some reason. As I get a thumbnail ready. But it's in the Gloucestershire Council's not even in the country. I don't understand. I'm very, very confused by all of this situation. Shamrock Valley, you illogical, weird person, map, place, thing, you. Everything is there, but none of it makes sense. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Doodle 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 doodle. No. Just farm sim things, guys. An Irish map with an English County Council taking care of the bus service for some reason. Not even going to bring that up with Oxy because I actually find that funny. I find it the perfect farm sim situation where assets are taken from other maps and maybe not looked at 100%. So you end up with an English County Council running a bus service in Ireland for some reason. And that's the only bus service they run, is the one in Ireland. For some reason. Maybe it's like having an offshore bank account, only it's an entire offshore company that's there for money laundering purposes. Maybe Dara's actually the Gloucestershire County Council. I do not know. Coming up with more questions than I have answers for today. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Rolling, I'm finding, I'm just going to real quick distract myself from the outro to say this. Rolling, I'm finding, is just as enjoyable as mowing because it's the same kind of motions. You know, I can just turn on cruise control and sit here talking to you guys. But it's something I don't need to think about. It's something that just kind of happens while I talk. And that's my favorite kind of job. But I find it quite relaxing. And it's rewarding as well in that it gives 100% fertilization. With this grazed 10-foot roller by Farm, aka Lone Wolf of Frontier Designs. Who you should totally download this mod from. It's on FS UK if you want it completely free to download. Give it a download, rate it 5 stars and all that good nonsense. Because it is, with Seasons, it's one of the most useful damn mods. It was made to suit Seasons, and when I was told that, I said, oh, why would it suit Seasons? I started using it, I was like, oh, it fertilizes grass 100%. It's a bit cheaty, but it suits Seasons perfectly. Normally in game, yeah, it's a bit on the cheaty side of life. With Seasons, it makes perfect sense. But that is going to do it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the little chat. If you got any thoughts or opinions on the stuff that I've said, leave them in the comments below. If you got any rule suggestions as well, they can go into the comments too. I'll have a look through them. I do read all the comments, guys. Might not respond to all of them, but I do read them all. I will be back later on today with another streaming ton of goodness. And probably another weird title, because I've been getting into the esoteric titles again. Don't know why I go through these cycles of just the weirdest titles possible, but I have. But until then, and until next time, stay safe, and goodbye.